Amazing guest, a person I look up to when it comes to matters investing. And we'll be getting to learn more of his field and what he does. But just in case you're tuning in for the first time, before we tell you what we have packaged and what Inspiration Tuesday is all about, I know you may have wondered, maybe this is your first time, what has this Investing Tuesdays been all about? And so I want to play a small recap for you so that at least you can get to know what we've been all about in the last many months and what you have missed. So let's take a look right now. Would you advise individuals to save or invest during this period now?
In 2020, we had new people who became trillionaires. We had people who became billionaires, and there were many that became millionaires.
Then the opportunity for this year is, what else can I do?
Even in the midst of all darkness, in the midst of all challenges, there will always be opportunity.
There is always a downside in life, and you better prepare for it. You better prepare for it.
What else can I do? What else can my skill set do? What else can my experience do to help me start building my income and not just depending on one thing?
Look at your assets, look at your liabilities, find the net difference, divide by your expenses and see how long you can survive. That is equal to your wealth. That's how wealthy you are.
All right, there you have it. So if you have missed a bit of some of those episodes, please go back to our pages right here on the NSC and get to see what you've missed and take some notes and get to learn. Now, as I said again, Inspiration Tuesdays is here. Welcome. And if you're there seated right here on Facebook, please make sure you click that share button because today you have to get inspired. My co-host Bansri is here. Bansri, it's good to see you once again.
Hi, Maina. Glad to be back on the Tuesday sessions.
Absolutely.
And I hope our audiences today are keeping well and keeping safe wherever they are.
Sure enough. So please, if you don't mind, could we enlighten our viewers about the Inspiration Tuesdays?
Tuesdays, great. So that's a very good question, Maina.
Yeah.
And I know you've been the moderator for almost all our Investing Tuesday sessions.
Yeah.
And we must agree that all the panelists we've had so far have had so much depth, so much wisdom in terms of the knowledge and experience that they've been sharing. And you and I may have the privilege to have access to this.
Yeah.
But really, Maina, these stories need to get out to our audiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And really, success is a culmination of the long hours of hard work, perseverance, the criticism, the frustrations, and the risks that we take. And that is what makes the journey worthwhile, that is what builds you, and that is what sort of speaks to the metal that you're built of.
Yeah.
So due to the great public demand and the support that we've been receiving through the Investing Tuesdays, we decided why not push it a notch higher. Yeah. Let's get speakers, one-on-one guest speakers. Let's allow them to digest, to break down their personal and professional stories, because you never know, we might just inspire someone in our audiences to be their next best self. Yes, and that is the birth of Inspirational Tuesdays.
I love it. I love it. And as I told our viewers today, our guest is a man I look up to, and I could call him in one word, inspiration. Bansri, I want to give you the privilege of introducing our guest.
Excellent. And I'll take this honor. Our guest speaker today is Mr. George Washuri. His profile is very large, so I just tried to scope out really the main stuff. And so Mr. George Washuri, welcome.
Thank you.
He's the Chief Executive of the Opti1 Group, which is a leading real estate firm in Kenya today. And under his watch, he was singled out as one of the most inspiring companies in Africa by the London Stock Exchange in 2019.
Wow.
So Opti1 has also been the overall winner of the top 100 mid-sized companies through various surveys carried out by KPMG and the Nation Media Group. So speaking to the man himself, George. George has won several accolades across the globe. He got the Best African Personality Award in Netherlands in 2019, the Best African Entrepreneur in 2017, Most Innovative Entrepreneur in 2015, amongst so many others, Maina.
Wow.
And to top it all up, George is a very passionate philanthropist. He is the chairman and the trustee of the Opti1 Foundation. He is a family man, a motivational speaker, and a celebrated author of 2 best-selling books, Soaring with the Eagles and your next best self. Yes,
Full
a
potential.
very, very warm welcome to you, George.
Thank you.
Yes.
George, I am sure we try to mix it up. Have we missed anything on that?
You have done justice.
We've done
We thank
justice.
God, yes, yeah.
My
Yeah.
goodness,
Yeah.
you are an inspiration to so many of us.
Thank you.
You know, I was sharing on the sidelines with Bansri and the team that it's been a span of across about 7 to 8 years that I started looking at you, following you, and seeing your growth, and the fact that I've told you here on set that you still look so young. There must be secrets, and that's what we really want to get to learn and understand in your investment journey. So Bansri, over to you for our start of the conversations.
Great,
What
thank you.
I know we had put down some questions, but I want to sit on the learning seat today. Bansri, over
Great,
to you.
great.
Yeah.
It makes two of us, Mina,
Absolutely,
today, right?
absolutely.
So to kick off the session today, George, I know Mina and myself have only known you for a past couple of years,
Yeah.
and every time we do converse with you, we see a new facet of who George is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the empire he's building, the impact he's creating in society. So today, I really want us to take a few steps back, and for our audiences who are watching us live, tell us, who is George Washuri?
Wow, wow, thank you, Basri and Maina.
Yes.
And thank you to all our viewers. And I am extremely humbled to be here this morning
Yeah.
to talk to you, to inspire you, to encourage you. They say that, you know, it's important for us to sharpen one another. So we are here to sharpen the saw or to sharpen the axe so that we are able to invest. And I'm George Washuri. I am an entrepreneur, and I love entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But I did not start with entrepreneurship. I was born in a remote village in Kieni called Labura.
Yeah.
And I went to school there, you know, going to school without shoes, you know, no fee sometimes. Went
Yeah.
to secondary school, a school called Sugar Boys. Went to the University of Nairobi, Ruakapeta campus. And life was tough, you know. I had to look for my own fees. And for me to get fees, I remember, like yesterday, I was washing people's clothes, shaving people, taking photos.
Hey.
And that's how I raised my fees. And all the time God was faithful. And today I look back and say, yes, you are out there, you may be having challenges today, but if God did it for George Washuri, he can do it for you.
Wow.
And other than the upbringing,
Yeah.
and of course now I've been working for Optiven for 21 years.
Wow.
We'll be celebrating our 21st year in the month of September this year, and we thank God.
Yeah.
And I say that as an entrepreneur, my job is not to make money. Making money is a small goal.
Yeah.
I say that my job is to create other opportunities for other people. And every time I wake up, I say, hey, George, you have a slogan. Your slogan is, you live to serve. Everything that I do, am I serving?
Yes.
And I have a personal goal and a corporate goal of creating 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. Over COVID, when people are retrenching, Optiven, we have hired over 100 people over COVID. Even before I came to this particular show,
Wow.
I was doing induction to the new team at Optiven. Why? Because we have a focus, we have a vision. And as
Yeah.
a person, I don't waver. You know,
Yes.
I know the focus that we are here to create these opportunities for our people. Other than leading Optiven, I am also an author. I've authored the 3 books, and one of the books is called Sonic and Eagle.
Yeah.
And I want people that every time you read that particular book, you hear about the story of George Washuri. Number one, you cry. You don't cry, you must be a brother of people like Pharaoh, who
Yes.
had a very heart of stone. It is a very inspiring book, and within 2 hours you can read it. I'm sure Wagema has read it. It's a very inspiring book to encourage people. Other than being an author, I also
Yes.
authored another book called Unleash Your Full Potential, how to build a small company to an empire.
Yes.
And this book is to encourage customers or our viewers or our followers out there that you can start with a small idea. And this idea can be like a mustard seed. And the idea can be big. Like now, Optiven is bigger than George Washuri. I'm now irrelevant at Optiven. It's big. And you out there, maybe you are saying, George, I have a small business. You can still build it up. We read this particular book. You see some secrets, what Optiven is doing. And the money from these 2 books,
Yeah.
the entire money, George Washuri does not eat a cent. The entire money goes to the foundation
Yes.
to empower more people. I say that I have a passionate vision.
Yeah.
I say I live to economically and socially empower and transform communities. And I have my own slogan, live to serve. That everything that I do, I serve. Other than writing books, I love young people. I love inspiring young people. We have one of the best programs happening right now
Yes.
over COVID.
Okay.
We call it George Washuri School of Mentorship. Every Friday, we host over 500 people, and I download to them
Yes.
how they can be able to run successful businesses, how they can be successful in their careers, how they can be successful in their families, because all this goes hand in hand. So we call it George Washiri School of Mentorship. It's on YouTube, and every Friday from 7 to 8, we are there mentoring these young people, and transformation is happening. And then finally, as a person, I really love seeing people succeed. That's why when I see what Nairobi Securities Exchange is doing, it's amazing, because your intention, President Shege, is to see our people out there come to NSC, invest here, and today we'll be telling them how they can invest easily with the, even in real estate through NSC. Why? Our duty is to develop individuals. Our duty is to develop you. When people develop, what happens? Our villages develop. If you come to my village today, I did a school because I went to a school that was not cemented. Of course, with my friends, we did that school afresh.
Wow.
You know, admitting all people who get a D, D plus, C plus, they are now schooling there. When we succeed, our villages succeed. When we succeed, our county succeeds. When we succeed, our country also succeeds. When we succeed, we pay more taxes, and our government is able to develop infrastructure, like what the current government is doing. That's the only way we can build Africa, we can build Kenya, because we need to give what we have.
Hey, Bansri, I think we tried to get a profile of our beautiful, amazing guest, but I mean, that was profound. And I've picked so many things as you're speaking. In fact, that in itself could really farm it up in the entire conversations, because there are books to be written, there's mentorship that you're doing and all that. My simple question to you, George, is this. Go back to your 20-year-old self. Did you ever see yourself where you are today?
I think going back to 20 years, life was extremely challenging. I remember the first 10 years, we were barely making any money as Optiven. I remember the most money we made was 200,000 for a whole year. A whole year. You have stuff to pay, we have to pay ourselves. And as some time I went off, I started many other businesses that failed. You know, I have done over 15 businesses that failed.
Wow.
I have parted water, it collapsed. I have done car hire, it collapsed. I have done car sales, it collapsed. You know, I have the direction. But by the grace of God, we have been able to pick it up from 2008, and now the story is different. And my story is to encourage people out there that many entrepreneurs, they start businesses, but they fail. You know, if you look at Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, they say for the last 5 years, we have lost 2.2 million businesses. Yani, people have registered, they have closed shop. But even after closing the shop, go back there and rethink and restart that business again. You might have invested and you are not seeing the returns. You can still go back and invest again. I remember one time I had said I would never do business again, and I even started looking for a job. You know, at one point I lost 5 million on when I was doing a real estate deal, and I said I would never do real estate again. And I refined my CV and I started applying. I applied to so many places and nobody gave me even a regret. So I discovered maybe God doesn't want me to get a job. Maybe God wants me to go back to that real estate where I lost, so that I can be able to make a difference. And today, the Optiven is a moving miracle. And when you're out there, you're not sure what is going to happen. And that's why I tell entrepreneurs, every time you wake up, just trust in God. Every time you wake up, respect people. Every time you wake up, love yourself. You know, talk positive things about yourself, because many entrepreneurs are getting depression. Because number one, there are so many issues out there, and all the time, ensure that you are doing what I call self-development, that you are able to develop yourself for you to develop others. So, and we thank God for this far.
My goodness, that's a journey. That's a journey. Bansri, I don't know.
Mine, I'm already feeling so inspired, and I think we've just started this conversation.
We just started, And maybe before you even ask the other question, just to endear our viewers that, you know, whatever take home that you have in there, please share with us, so that at least we can as well, you know, encourage one another as we get inspired with George Washiri today in the house. Bansri.
Great. So, I think George has already touched on my next question. And, you know, George, just to something that you've just said earlier, you know, many entrepreneurs feel as they start out their journey, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. You find most of them going probably back to the corporate life. And yet, we still want to go back to it. So we looked back at your journey, and it has been characterized by many successful points, and yet, like any successful story, it has had a few setbacks as well. So really, just for a young George watching you in the audiences and all the budding entrepreneurs who are also looking up to you right now, tell us what stood out for you during this whole journey. What were your key reflection points? And if you were to do something differently, what would it be?
Well, thank you, Basley.
Yeah.
Yes, as you said, entrepreneurship is not, it's not an easy journey.
Absolutely.
It's not like entering into a car and you know how to drive and you drive.
Yes.
There are a lot of valleys, there are a lot of ups, there are a lot of downs, there are a lot of good moments. And for us, I think we have seen a lot of valleys.
Yeah.
But in those particular valleys, we learn. A good valley is when I lost 5 million. You know, it was my 10-year savings. And we closed business for 1 year.
Yeah.
And nothing was happening. I remember my office was Uhuru Park
Yeah.
with my Bible, a notebook and a pen, because things were not working. You have no money in the pocket, even 50 bob, you don't have. You know, I was walking from where I was staying in Manadaima to the city of Nairobi. You know, friends have gone, you know, and you're calling yourself an entrepreneur. I think that was my lowest. But during that lowest time, I learned some lessons.
Yeah.
That one of the lessons is that when you have resources, they are not your resources. Up even today, people say, up even you're so successful. These are not your resources. You are just a custodian of God's resources.
Yeah.
When today I see 400 employees, I don't say, George, you've done a good job. No, I am a custodian. I am a steward of God's resources. I also learned that respect people. Every time you are up there, top of the mountain, remember there are people who help you to step up. Take care of them. That's why I inspire, I motivate the people that work with Optivate. We don't call them staff. We don't have staff at Optivate. We call them partners because they own Optivate.
Yeah.
You know, when we get new people, we ask them, who owns Optivate? It's not George, it's you. You own it. So respect people. And then I also learned when I was in the valley there that every time you make a commitment, honor it. If you go out there and borrow money from a bank, please pay. If you borrow money from a employer, pay. If you, whatever you do, be authentic. And that's why we say that we are guided by our vision. We are guided by our values. The values of professionalism, honesty, and innovation. And I picked a few lessons when I was down. When I was up, of course,
Yes.
we use these bright stars, you know, when stars shine. We use our apps to inspire other people. My personal goal is to create over 1 million millionaires before I go down, before I go to be with Abraham in heaven.
Wow.
That when I look, I say, Gandhiga is a millionaire. Steve Kibu is a millionaire.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Irungu is a millionaire.
Yes.
That's my passion. And
Yeah.
that's why with the people I met, I even visit them. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I guide them because I know what failure means. I know what it means to lose focus. I know what it means if you lose the vision.
Yeah.
And that's my purpose. So we use our highs to encourage other entrepreneurs because why do I say so? Can you imagine if Kenya today, the 2.2 million companies that died were surviving?
Yeah.
Each of these 2.2 hire 10 people. So the issue of unemployment will be finished. The Nairobi Securities Exchange,
Yeah.
you'll be blocking people not to join because people are raring to join the NSC
Yeah,
because
makes
entrepreneurs
sense.
are out there.
Yeah.
And it is our duty, and I know there are leaders who are watching me. Let's share our experiences with the upcoming entrepreneurs, either through books, through mentorship, through Zoom meetings, through a forum like this one, because if we don't tap from these young people, we are getting older. Bwana Shage,
Yes.
hata ukisema I'm young, we are getting older. If we inspire these young people,
Yeah.
these are the people to create jobs.
Yes.
These are the people to come to NSC. These are the people to buy rates, you know, real estate investment trust. These are the people to buy them. And we can only do that if we inspire these entrepreneurs. Let me address the people who are in academics. The other day I met the professor for this vice chancellor for Nairobi University, Professor Kema, and we had a chat with him. How we can link up these students with the industry.
Yes.
Let me ask the people who are doing business out there, even people who are members of NSC.
I don't feel like I can get back again. I don't know. I know you have said a few things here, but in a sentence or two, address that entrepreneur who has closed up and said, this is too much. What would you tell them?
Wow, thank you, Maina. Yes, I'm aware, even my own friends,
Yes.
that they have closed their businesses
Yeah.
and they don't know what next, where the money is coming from. But
Yes.
I want to inspire them. to encourage them that challenges might come.
Yes.
But don't drown within the challenges. Ensure your neck is high.
Yes.
Keep floating.
Yes.
Because when you keep floating, the opportunities will show up.
Yeah.
And those who had businesses and they have closed, you can still really think and ask yourself, what can I do to ensure that my business is sustainable? My business is back. I am so happy I saw Kenya Private Sector Alliance, encouraging businesses for mentorship.
Yes.
Also encouraging through MasterCard how they can get a little support. So if you are there, it is not time to surrender in your mind, because first place we surrender is our mind.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to surrender. Go somewhere, sit somewhere. Look for a seat, I call the thinking seat, and ask yourself, what else can I do differently?
Yes.
When the COVID came, we also ran some restaurants.
Yeah.
We closed our restaurants. We closed our offices.
Yeah.
And people went home. And I remember that time, Optiven, we were not 100% automated. But that day, I was a bit stressed. The fourth day, I think, now, George, you have people who must earn salary. You have customers that must be able to be talked
Absolutely.
to. So immediately a thought came and said, wait a minute, why can't we go on automation? And the first thing came in mind is these fellows called Zoom.
Yes.
We started Zoom meetings whereby we are inspiring our staff, putting customers together and inspiring them. We had a prayer group whereby the customers who suffered from COVID, we are praying for them and telling God, this one, you must heal them. They must live 100 years. And no single customer has died after COVID. Why? Because we were groups and praying. For the employees that we told each other, you must work from home. We taught them on how to do a home office, a small place whereby you are quiet and you can work.
Yeah.
Our customers, we told them, for you to come and see a property, to maintain a social distance, drive yourself. We are sharing coordinates, and they were coming and seeing their properties. And we survived. Maybe somebody out there, think yourself, think, what can I do in my business? Maybe you are running a restaurant, and maybe you have closed it. Can you start small, and then with little events here and there? Because I know challenges come with opportunities. Wherever there is a challenge, there must be a solution. Absolutely. And I must say that COVID also brought a lot of opportunities for other people.
Yeah.
So are you there? Can you mutate a little bit? And I know that if we start changing our mindset, we can still come back to our businesses. The thing is, please don't give up. Keep that particular focus, keep that vision, because vision may tally. Yeah. But at the right time, it will come to pass. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write down that vision on a tablet that you can see it. Maybe it was somewhere in the office. Carry it home next to your bed every time you read it, to be pace setters in socio-economic transformation. How do I transform people economically and socially? Ideas will flow. And I tell all these entrepreneurs, the best time to think is early in the morning. Don't be a sleeper. Don't sleep too much that you're waking up at 6. If you wake up at 6, I can prophesy you'll be a poor person. Rise up early. By 3:34, you are up and you are thinking on how you can add the value to this nation. If you look at these successful people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, these guys are up early, and you can be able to be fresh and to think new ideas. That's the secret of optimism. Most of the ideas you see, they come at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Yes.
My goodness, very inspiring conversation. That's what Hasmita is saying online, and we appreciate all your comments. Don't give up. Bansri.
Wow. So mine, I think we have a good starting point.
Absolutely.
Starting with sleeping. So I should expect to see my work done by 8 a.m., George.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up. Huh? Great.
Yeah.
So really one thing that has come out very clearly, George, is that Optivan has really stood the test of time. Yeah, and you have become a leading brand when it comes to real estate in Africa, not just in Kenya. And what we've also seen is through the whole mutating process and the growth curve, Optivan has seen new cycles of growth. And as we are today, the main objective, like you rightly put it earlier today, is to see societal impact. And also to empower property investors in your sector. So if you were to sum up some of the key factors that led to the growth of Optivan, what would they be?
Wow, thank you, Basley. Yeah. One of the things that has supported us in terms of growth, there are 5 things that we are passionate about.
Okay.
One of them we don't hide is prayer.
Yeah.
I call it the first P. At Optiven, we have prayers every Wednesday in the morning. The entire team on Zoom. You know, for example, I like the Asian community.
Yes.
Immediately they open their shop,
Yeah.
they also pray. And you see some smoke going up. You don't have many friends. And for us at Optiven, we pray. You know,
I love that.
That's the secret number one.
Yes.
Because when you pray, things happen. Matthew 7:7.
Yeah.
Ask, you shall be given. Seek, you shall find.
Yeah.
Knock, the door shall open.
Yeah.
We pray for customers. P number 2,
Yeah.
secret of Optiven. And you who is watching me, you
Yes.
can practice this
Yeah.
purpose.
Purpose.
We know the reason why we exist. We know our vision to be pace setters in socio-economic transformation.
Yeah.
Every time we wake up in the morning, every
Yeah.
time Mugadige wakes up in the morning, he knows his purpose.
Yes.
To economically and socially empower and transform the communities, whether it is properties, whether it is foundation, whether it's the children that we are supporting, whether it's a scholarship program across 47 counties. That's our purpose. We are so clear about it. Then P number 3,
Yes.
it's what I call, passion.
Passion.
We are passionate. We love what we do. We,
Yeah.
if you cut anybody working for Optiven, their blood is green. Those are our
Yeah.
colors.
Those are the
If
colors.
you cut them, we even wear sabers. We know we are passionate. This
Yes.
is not just a badge.
Yeah.
This is a saber of transformation.
Yes.
Wherever it goes, may it come to Nairobi Security Exchange.
Yeah.
We transform. And we say Optiven is a movement.
Yeah.
And then you also say positive mental attitude. All our team, we train them on how to be positive in their thinking. PMA, positive mental attitude. Whether you have a challenging customer, you don't talk back. You massage them. You talk to them. You persuade them. Whether you make a mistake, your attitude is right.
Yeah.
And that's what you also say when we hire. We don't hire people depending where they come from. In fact, from my village, so many people are looking for jobs. And they can see Optiven on Citizen, on NTV, on KTN. George, give me a job. I told them, I don't influence jobs.
Yes.
We hire people depending on their attitude, their passion, and their values. Full stop. The best I can do for you, Maina, is maybe to persuade
Yes.
HR to
Yes.
place you for an interview, but not to influence. So when you look at Optiven today, it's the face of Kenya. We have
Yeah.
people from Kilifi, people from Kisumu, people from Kieni, where I come from,
Yes.
people from all over, because it's a community of people with a certain attitude,
Yeah.
certain values.
Yes.
And we say that's a secret. That's what we say Optiven is moving. It has stopped being a company. It's now a movement,
Yes.
causing a lot of changes. And then the last P, I call it, you must work hard.
Yes.
You must perspire.
Perspire.
Yeah, perspire.
Yes.
Work hard. Because nothing comes easy. Even getting married, you have to work where the girl is. You work hard. Yeah, you have to buy the girl coffee. Those young men who are watching me, you are waiting for a wife at home, my friend. Go and work on it.
Very true.
You have to work hard.
Yeah.
Our own organizations, you have to work hard.
Yeah.
And of course, it's being authentic.
Yes.
That what we promise is what we deliver. If we tell you a man lead, you are going to do cabro.
Yeah.
We are going to do underground power.
Yes.
It may tarry, but you find that power is not the one hanging at a man lead. It's underground. We tell you are going to do a fountain of peace. Right now we finished it. It's saying hi to you as you enter a man lead in Kiambu.
Yes.
When people see you are authentic,
Yes.
and then you tell them green projects, they
Yes.
say, wow, wait a minute. I think this is a company I want to associate with.
Wow. I think we let's just dig deeper now, because now this journey, it's very clear how you've spoken about it. But I want to go to the birthplace of Optiven. You know, after all the hurdles you had to do that, I would want you to touch on the birthplace of Optiven, because now I can see Garden of Joy, that tells you I follow you a lot. I can see Amani, the place of peace. Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Where was this birthplace? After all these hurdles that you've spoken about, all these businesses that you had to now, fold, where was the birthplace of Optiven? And of course, maybe there's a reason why it's called Optiven.
Wow, I think it started before Optiven. I was also an entrepreneur in the university
Yes.
to raise my fees. So I had a company called WAMU. It was a partnership between the 3 people.
Yes.
And we had different businesses. You know, my room is a library,
Yeah.
shaving people, washing people's clothes.
Yes.
And when I left the university, I approached my brother.
Yeah.
I told him, what can we do in this particular city? So we registered Optiven. And the meaning was, optimizing ventures. We knew that whatever we touch must prosper. The people that must associate with Optivate, they must also prosper. The people working with Optivate, they must also prosper. Optimizing ventures, that whatever we touch must prosper. And that's why you come to Optivate. People who are working like Gadiga here and Steve.
Yes.
We ask them when they join Optivate, when are you buying your car? When? put it down. When are you building your home? Because Optivate is about making life better for people. Optimism is about optimism, to be optimistic, to be inspired. And Optimism is about talents. You know, the talents that we bring within the movement, they must be the best talents. It's about innovation.
Yes.
We say that at Optiven, we don't copy other people. We think differently. You know, remember we are the first people to come up with the value-added products. Right now, people have copied. Now, we have said this is normal. Having a lad with water power is normal. Now you're talking about green projects, whereby we are asking ourselves, are we really incorporating sustainable development goals in our projects? The water we are using, can we recycle that water? How are we disposing the waste? Green projects. That's about Optiven journey.
Yes.
And of course, remember, the first 10 years was very challenging. But after 10 years, God came himself.
Yes.
The time we started now hiring better people than George Washiri. I was telling you off camp that we have people who are sharper than George Washiri. We have people who can do a better job than me. You know, and that's a secret of the growth of any company. And I know there are many entrepreneurs out there. You start an organization, maybe you're from Mukambani, everybody there is a Mukamba. Maybe you are from Kisumu, everybody there is Jatero. We need to break that so that we bring all the talents. And once you bring all the talents, I can guarantee you the company will soar like an eagle. It will be soaring like an eagle.
Wow, taking notes, my goodness, the 5 P's and optimizing ventures. Be optimistic. I like where the name is drawn from. Bansri.
Maina, I'm feeling so motivated, and I think I can actually confirm, yes, I think George actually does have Asian friends, and I know the smoke you're speaking to. That one I had to comment on that. And George, really, that smoke is to take away all the negativity as you start out your day, so you can start out on a very positive note.
I like that.
Yes.
Taking away negativity.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
I have learned something. You know, I was wondering, this smoke, is it some aura or what is it? Because it smells nice.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
it does smell nice, yes, but it's to take away all the negativity for the day. So you start out on a fresh.
Thank you for confirming.
Great. So I really hope our audiences today are taking down these notes, because it's really not every day that you get captains of industries sharing this kind of information. So thank you very much for that, George. And really moving to the theme of today, which is also speaking a lot about investing. So George, I just really like for you to highlight how you started your investment journey, and to a young George listening to us in the audiences today, when is the best time to start looking at his future and start investing?
Wow, thank you, Basley. That's a very good question. Because most of us, we were not taught how to invest. Nobody even told us that you can invest when you are young. Yet we read stories of Warren Buffett. By 11, they were buying stocks. They were buying shares.
Very young, I know.
But for us, nobody taught us. And we are here to encourage you, those young people out there that may want to invest. Today, Maina and Basley, we have opportunities galore. Many opportunities. You know, I was reading about how everybody can be able to take the cake of real estate. And I was looking at this Fahari rates, real estate investment trust, whereby you can own a part of either development or a property that is generating income. By the end of the year, money, we call it mura. Money is coming. And these rates, it's a big name, but it's simple name. It's putting money together, and then you own some units, and then every end of the year, you get something. Or you can even trade those units within the Nairobi Stock Exchange. And if you go online, you can be able to, I think you have one product that I really liked, Fahari iRates.
Yes.
Whereby you can buy those units and keep quiet. Because investment, you must invest with long term in mind. Don't invest today, tomorrow you want to sell. And our young people can be able to own. And you can own with the biggest real estate developers by buying those units. And this is a message that we must take out there. That you don't need to be a big real estate firm like Optiven, you can be wherever you are, whether you are in Kieni, Nyeri, where I come from,
Yes.
whether you are in Kisumu, you can be able to buy these units and you
Yeah.
can own real estate. So there's no excuse
Yeah.
that real estate in your sonko, apana. You can be able to pick it up, and we thank God that the NSC,
Yes.
you came up with this particular product. I love it, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I also encourage our young people out there, including myself, how I started. I started buying shares long time ago. I have a lot of stocks with NSC.
Wow.
End of the year, I just get checks. This from KCB, this from Safaricom. You know,
Your
just checks
dividends.
are coming.
Yes.
Dividends are coming. And this is what I do it.
Yes.
It's a formula I use. I call it 70, 10, 10, 10. That's the formula I use.
Tell us about that one.
10%, I'm a Christian, you tithe.
Yes.
What you get. The next 10%,
Yes.
go to NSC.
Uh-huh.
Buy those shares,
Yes.
those stocks.
Yes.
Only 10%.
Yeah.
The other 10% sort out your insurance.
Ah.
Don't just be there.
Yeah.
You know, you are there. You have no personal accidents. You
Yeah.
are just there like an animal. No, you are a human being.
Yeah.
Get an insurance. And then the other 70%,
Yeah.
now go and buy Gucci.
Okay.
You can spoil yourself. You have a whole 70%. So the 10, 10, 10 is a game changer.
Yeah.
For me, every month I buy stocks. Every month, because the formula is there.
Yeah.
I implement it. Every month I set my tithe. I don't need to go to the account. I do a standing order.
Yeah.
You know, my stocks I invest with AIB. Maybe they are watching me.
Yes.
Every month.
Yes.
The guy gets money every month. And I have built up my stocks,
Yeah.
even if I retire today from Optiven.
Yes.
And I give Gadhige to be the CEO. Gadhige is the man who is on social media.
Yes.
Me, I'll stay at home.
Yeah.
And I'll be getting dividends.
Wow.
And let me tell you, Kenyans, we have an opportunity with NSC. You know, sometimes you see NSC is for big people. No.
Yeah.
I think minor, you can explain to them. You have now even broken down,
Yeah.
even their own Mkiba. You can literally buy stuff
Absolutely.
on phone. Maybe you want to tell them. Maybe
Yeah.
they're wondering, George, what are you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have the ways now you can invest with as little as 3,000 shillings through the government bonds. So you're loaning the government with as little as 3,000 shillings, which I personally invested as well. And, you know, it's actually one of the safest securities you can invest on. So as you're saying rightfully, you don't have to have all this money to start investing. And by the way, Judge, maybe to encourage our people, the
Yes.
70, 10, 10, 10, it also applies to people who are earning even as little, is it?
Even if you're earning 7,000,
Yes.
10,000,
Yes.
the formula applies.
Yes.
If you're a farmer out there, you have a chicken
Yes.
that lays 10 eggs.
Yes.
One egg,
Yeah.
take to your church.
Yes.
One egg, sell it to invest.
Yes.
The other egg, sell it and get your insurance.
Yes.
The 7 eggs, you can eat, use it to cook chapati.
Yes. To now make the meal complete.
The formula works.
Yes.
And the people have mentored,
Yes.
and they're using this formula.
Yeah.
Their lives have changed. You know,
Yeah.
I have an uncle of mine who never invested.
Yeah.
Because there's no little money, no big money. Today, if you're earning a lot of money and you don't apply this particular formula, I can guarantee you, by the time you're 70 years, money flies quickly. Money is like vapor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that our viewers, you have seen people who had money.
Yeah.
You know, we had one rich man in our village, Tajiri.
Yeah.
Today, he walks on foot. And he was changing Mercedes, Volvo, Audi when we were growing up. So let's take care of these resources. The best way to take care of these resources is investing.
Yeah.
And even as talk about investing, also invest in yourself.
Yeah.
And I want to tell our viewers that
Yeah.
if you don't invest in yourself, you cannot now invest financially, because investing in yourself means you are reading books.
Yeah.
You are listening to positive videos. You are following George Washuri YouTube to be inspired.
Yes.
You know, you have a mentor, a person who has been there.
Yeah.
He has seen it, he has done it.
Yeah.
And this guy can mentor you. Personally, I have my own mentors.
Wow.
Vimal Shah is my mentor. Manusha Daria is my mentor in
Yeah.
terms of philanthropy.
Yeah.
Dr. James Mwangi is my mentor in terms of taking risk. Are you
Yeah.
there? Do you have that particular mentor? You know, do all these things so that we are able to change our lives.
Yeah.
That's the only way, minor,
Yeah.
we can be able to develop. Because on our own, we can't do much.
Absolutely.
But let's start from people who have been there, they have done it,
Yeah.
and we can pick, we can learn
Yeah.
from them. So self-development, financial development, we're talking about here, come to NSC, buy your own stuff,
Yeah.
and then emotional development.
Uh-huh.
We have people committing suicide in this particular country. Why? Because emotionally they are defeated. So you have to really work out on things to stabilize your emotions. Maybe
Yeah.
you're out there, your family is not working out.
Yeah.
There's still an opportunity for you
Yeah.
to change these things by stabilizing your emotions. How do you stabilize? You are thinking.
Yeah.
They say that what we think is what we act.
Yeah.
They say everything starts with our thoughts.
Yeah.
So when you think of something, you do it. They say thoughts gives birth to emotions.
Yeah.
Emotions produces habits, no actions.
Yeah.
And action produces habits.
Habits.
Habits produces character.
Yeah.
Character produces legacy, and legacy produces destiny. So if you're looking for a good destiny,
Yes.
conquer your thoughts. Say no to those negativity. I like that smoke thing.
Yes.
Chase away the negativity. And once you're positive Maina, I can tell you, you can be able to conquer Kenyan market, East African market, African market, because that's the passion for Optiven. I can guarantee, I can prophesy here.
Yes.
The next 10 years,
Yes.
Optiven is not going to be in Kenya, but across Africa.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
feel it, I can sense it, I can walk it, I can breathe it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think what I take home is start where you stand with what you have. And even just to, because you highlighted this out, that, you know, it doesn't matter how much you have. You know, even here at the NSE as well, you know, you only need to have a minimum of 200 shares, actually 100 shares,
100
shares, and some of them are as little as 1 shilling. That means with 200 bob, 100 bob, you're a shareholder, definitely. So you can jump in as you are. And if you really want to know more, just go back to some of our previous records about shares. There are amazing lessons there to share, as George has said. I wanted to call you George Optiven. That's like your second name, you know?
They call me so.
Absolutely.
George Optiven.
And the fact that you're not speaking from, you know, any book knowledge, it's what you have done, is what you have lived, and so you're telling people this works. I mean, how better to be motivated than this? Bansri.
Wow. So Maina, I can also once again confirm I was in a session with Vimal Shah.
Yes.
Again, organized by the London Stock Exchange, and we also had George there.
Yeah.
And I remember at that point, George telling us, because we're in a conversation with Vimal, and him telling me that this is my mentor. And Vimal tells me that the kind of abundance mentality that George has is really what is lacking in our society.
Wow.
And if we have more Georges out there with the way he wants to change things, wants to transform society, and with the impact that he's been talking about through this conversation, I think we'll have a very different Kenya.
Absolutely.
A very different Kenya.
Absolutely. My goodness.
And George, I think we have actually seen your growth journey, and Maina, myself, and I hope our audience is tuned in today, have felt it as well.
Yeah.
And we've also seen the trajectory in the next couple of years, and really immediately it brings sort of discussions around the heights that companies like Safaricom have reached through listing at the exchange. Yeah, so just in light of that, George, and something that you keep mentioning is the impact that you want to create in society. So how does that speak to, and what are your thoughts around floating some of the success in Optiven to the market today? Maybe just to hear you out on that.
Wow, thank you, Basley.
Yeah.
You know, one of the challenges that we face, especially Kenyan entrepreneurs, we are a bit selfish. We want to start a company. You say it's my company. It's I, me, and myself.
And I.
It is called self-trinity, which is dangerous. And I want to encourage the entrepreneurs out there.
Yes.
We can still build up these ventures.
Yeah.
You know, Safaricom was a very small company when they came.
When they came out.
Today, it's when Safaricom coughs, the government listens. Why? The tax they pay.
Yeah.
Massive tax.
The billions, yes.
You know, and I say that I would like to encourage people out there. I think we really need to go back to our planning corners. That even as the companies grow, we now need to think on how to list these companies. So that every Kenyan out there can have a cake of these particular companies. And maybe, who knows, maybe that could be the future of Optiven, whereby we can allow our Kenyan people to own a piece of a cake. Why? Once you list, the company have more years than the founders. Remember, the founders, they die off. But the company should not die. We should have companies running 100 years, 200, 300, like in the US. There are companies that were founded 400 years ago. Why not Optiven? And for me, as I speak, I'm sure Optiven, 500 years to come, Optiven will be there.
Wow.
So we are thinking on how we can be bigger than Safaricom, bigger than Equity, bigger than Transcentury. Why not? These guys, they have got two eyes, These guys have got one head. George has got one head. These guys have got two hands. The only difference is their thinking perspective.
Yeah.
And for us, we are saying we are changing our thinking perspective. Our people who are viewing us, you only need to change your thinking. And once you change your thinking, you are innovative. You're able to partner with other people. You are able to create. I can tell you, we can make our companies, big companies like the Safaricom, bigger than Optiven, because it is possible and doable. But we only do this if we shed off EI, myself and me.
Yes.
Because that's what is killing our organizations. You as an entrepreneur, you want to carry a checkbook.
Yes.
Mr. Maina.
Yes.
Basim,
Yes.
I stopped signing checks long time ago. In fact, today, I think I'm irrelevant at Optiven. I don't sign checks. I don't check at the cash flows. There are
Yes.
people who are sharper than me. Mimi kazi yangu ni kuuza.
Yes.
Going to a mandate, telling you we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do. Going to Winners Gardens, going to Victory Gardens, Happy
Yes.
Gardens.
Yes.
To tell you why you should invest today. Going to NSC, telling them, hey, buy these things are called I rates or D rates. You know, you guys know the jargon.
Absolutely.
And I'm already buying.
Yes.
I participate in these forums.
Yes.
Why? That's the only way we can be able to change this nation. This nation
Yeah.
is not going to be changed by people talking.
Yeah.
We need people to go into action. Today, Maina and Basili,
Yeah.
when I see the level of unemployment, I marvel. But I say the government is not going to create jobs.
Yeah.
Government have no jobs.
Yeah.
The people to create jobs, it's you who is watching us.
Yeah.
Do you have that idea? Can you start it? Can you talk to Maina and Basri here? Can you start investing in these units, these IRAs and D-rates? You start owning. Can you plug into this particular forum so that we are better people? That's the only way, Maina, we are
Yeah.
going to change this continent.
My goodness, the comments here are flying. There's so many, and I just want to read one or two. There's Jacqueline Curry saying that, George, you're my destiny helper because my thoughts have changed. I see myself looking much better than I look at myself right now.
Really humble.
That's someone who follows you and is saying you are doing a great, impact into their lives. Priscilla as well, positive attitudes attracts positive energy. And I think there's a lot of, especially when you talked about attitude, people are really taking it in. You can also see my friend Joshua in Mombasa saying that attitude, he has put attitude like 12 times. Fine. We got that particular thing as well. Very inspiring conversation as well from Hasmita. Asante sana. My goodness, what is your take home? There are over 50 of them. I can't even read out right now. And it means that people are really, getting this out.
Yes.
I don't know what wakes you up, Joy. Of course, there's already so many things. But one question that I've seen here thrown in, and I want to rephrase it, is what keeps you going? And it's because you're very passionate. Even this table today is hot because of your passion right here on this particular table. What is it that keeps you going?
I think what make me wake up early in the morning.
Yes, absolutely.
Early in the morning.
I personally I like when people prosper. When a mentee comes to me and says, George, I listened to you on your YouTube, George Washiri. I started a business, now I've hired 15 people. That day I can go to Java and take coffee, or I go to Panarotis and take pizza because I'm excited. My own staff.
Yes.
When a staff buys a new car, maybe they buy a Lexus.
Yes.
Hey, I go there to admire it. I am happy when people succeed.
Yes.
And I say, before I go down, I want to make as many people to be successful. And that's why mine and basically.
Yes.
We commit 5% of our money to the foundation.
Yeah.
Today we have hundreds of children across 47 counties. Marsabit, we have children there.
Yeah.
Kisumu, we have children there. Nyeri, we have children there. Mombasa.
Yeah.
These are Optiven babies, Optiven eaglets. We want them to soar. Why? Because we want to empower them. We have the biggest program for physically challenged.
Yes.
In fact, yesterday we were buying more wheelchairs. We call it mobility that brings a smile. We give a wheelchair, and when you sit on it, you smile. And we have gone as far as Kapenguria to deliver these wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Why? Most of them have got cerebral palsy. And those who have got, they are able to think, we put small business for them.
Very true.
The same 5%. We are doing a lot of things for old people. We call it restoring the dignity of senior citizens. We identify where they are and we support them. On the course in Nairobi, we are supporting 15 children homes with the 5%. And I want to tell entrepreneurs who are watching us, if you want to succeed, succeeding is not about education.
Yeah.
Being successful is not about who you are. It's not about your title. In fact, I don't like being called CEO. I'm a servant.
Yeah.
My job is to serve. Success is when you give.
Yeah.
When you give, I can guarantee you, and go try it, more doors open. That's why we find Western countries, they are giving to Africa, yet their economies are big. Japan is donating roads to Kenya.
Yeah.
Chinese are here donating the express highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Build, operate, and transfer.
Yeah.
Chinese are developing. But you, even your own relative, is struggling at home, you cannot help. In your own village, you can't even go there to local school to inspire girls. Let's take this particular challenge. Let's be givers. When you give, I can tell you, your house will be full of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you see, Optiven, we are succeeding amid darkness of COVID. Because we give. Over COVID, we are supporting 300 families through cash injections.
Yeah.
Go try it. It has worked for us, it can work for you.
Wow. Be a giver. Be a giver. My goodness. Thank you so much for all the comments that are coming in. Please share. Tell everybody who needs to know. All our mothers, grandmothers, everybody needs to know. This is important. Pansri.
Wow, I'm just looking at the comments, Maina, and
So many.
everyone feels like
Yeah.
there's not too many questions, but there's people are feeling so inspired,
It's
and they're
inspiration
talking
today. Yeah.
about how we've touched the lives of thousands of people positively, and we're seeing even the viewership is going up, and how really powerful these words are that you've been saying all through this session, and
Absolutely.
and I think that we've achieved what we intended to today, Maina. It was all about
I mean, yeah.
inspiring.
Absolutely.
And George, I think you did it in the first 3 minutes, but you kept the momentum right to the end. Right
If
to
I may,
the end.
if I may take it up, because there's somebody who was asking, because George, you've spoken about seeing beyond just not your environment. I may want to pose this question because now you're unstoppable, if I may use that word. I follow you as well online, and I see how every now and then you are opening up new doors, new places for people to live in. I mean, real estate is now very close, and they're very affordable prices as well. What is the future that you have for Optiven right now from where you sit? I know, as you said, it's limitless, but is there a future that you see and hopefully look towards achieving?
Wow. Thank you, Maina.
Yeah.
One of our 2 goals
Yes.
is to give 30,000 people opportunity to work, to eat the cake of Optiven as partners. We don't call
Yes.
them employees.
Yes.
Goal number 2 is to create 300,000 homes by the year 2030. Why? If you look at Nairobi today, 80% of our people living in Nairobi, they are renting. They have no homes. Nairobi is owned by only 20%.
Yeah.
The same statistics go to Mombasa. So we as Optiven, we are saying we want to empower as many people to own real estate, to own their own homes. We also want to make Optiven as a nest whereby people can come, they are nurtured, and then they are able to create impact. But looking at Optiven for years to come, I can tell it that by the time we are achieving this particular goal, the company will be out there.
Yeah.
It will be impacting lives. It will
Yeah.
be transforming lives. And since now the company is right here,
Yeah.
we are also using Optiven for now and the future to propagate, to advocate
Yeah.
for better planet. That's why we are talking about going green,
Yeah.
whereby we are educating our people that yes, we are selling these particular properties, but when you build, can you build a green building? Whereby you're using energy saving bulbs, you are saving your water. Right now we have been doing advocacy with some counties.
Yeah.
And we are telling the counties, can you pass a rule, a regulation, a policy whereby every person who build a home, they use aisle sheets or roofing materials that you can drink water.
Yeah.
It is a shame, even where I live. People are using roofing materials, you cannot drink water.
Yeah.
No wonder when it rains, the entire city is flooding.
Yeah.
And we need this rule, even from national government, whereby people harvest water, store that water, rainwater.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can be able to talk about going green. We are talking about now lighting our estate using solar. And now solar is affordable. Until the time the parastatal Kenya Power was getting scared.
Yeah.
Because people are now tuning to solar. Because that's the future. The issue of recycling the water we use in the kitchen, the
Yeah,
toilet,
absolutely.
using your digester. That's the future. For Optiven, not only settling people and giving people homes,
Yeah.
we want to participate in sustainable development goals
Yeah.
to leave this planet
Yeah.
better than the way we found it. That's why mine, most of the times, we are always participating in advocacy in towns.
Yeah.
You go to Kajiado, there's no town we have not participated in cleanups. How to manage plastics, educating the local communities on how to manage waste.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy, I must say here, that Honorable Renku has been supporting us.
Yeah.
Because every town we have gone, they have gotten support from the county. And I appeal to all the governors who are watching us. You can be able to to be an advocate of going green. Because if you don't take care of the planet Earth,
Yeah.
I can tell you, Maina, your children will be suffering.
My goodness, Bansri, I don't know whether
Wow,
this
I
is really
was-
hitting hard, and I'm looking at our time here. Can I just
Yes.
read one or two comments as well?
Yes.
I mean, there's somebody, I think this is must be works with you, because they're saying it's very true. Mr. George is very excited when people are doing well. And I think that's a philosophy that, you know what, you're not trying to pull people down, but you're trying to push them to achieve. It's an attitude change as well, and also, of course, being a giver. Somebody's asking, where can I get George's books? I don't know whether you can comment on that.
Yes, the books are available in our offices,
Yeah.
Absa Plaza, 14th
Yeah.
floor. They're also
Yeah.
available on Amazon.
Yeah.
They're also available on Textbook Center. And if you're in Nairobi, we can deliver. You only need to post there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gadige and Steve, you're going to post the foundation number.
Yeah.
Ann Nyaga, who is the head of foundation,
Yeah.
they are able to deliver the books. And
Yeah.
of course, when you buy a book, you change your title. You become Beasley, philanthropist.
Wow.
Because the money goes to support other people.
That's a good one. Bansri, do you have something on your end?
I was going to ask for a parting shot, Maina, but
Yeah.
I think he's given us so many parting shots today, and given time,
No,
I
we,
think
we must let
we-
him leave here without nothing, you know. So George must still give us
just
a
a parting shot.
My
Okay,
goodness.
excellent. Let's go with that.
Well, thank you. I must thank the Nairobi Securities Exchange for
Yeah.
giving us this partnership. And I also thank all the viewers, and I want to encourage you.
Yeah,
Go out there and be an influencer.
yeah,
What will be told when you are no longer in this world? Write your story today. Leave a legacy. And for you to leave a legacy,
Yeah.
I'll leave you with only 3 C's. 3 C's to influence.
yeah,
C number 1 is competency.
yeah,
Do whatever you can, whatever you do, be as competent as you can.
yeah.
And then C number 2 is a connection.
Connection.
Connect with the people. Connect with the people. Connect with the people. Once you connect with the people, you can get what you want.
Yeah.
Competency, connection, and the other one, I've forgotten it.
It's okay. We can call
Check
it.
my YouTube.
Yes. I like that. That's why we are live. Follow him so that at least you can
Yes.
know.
You
know,
can get the next C.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love this particular session, Bansri, and I must say I'm inspired. I have a lot of friends as well who are tuned in, and they're saying, my goodness, where did you get this guy from? Now,
Yes.
he's right here, George Washuri. I want to call you the real estate. I don't know, expert is not even close.
It's a mogul.
It's a mogul.
It's a
That's the
mogul.
best word, right?
Yes, yes.
Very humbling.
Bansri, I want to put you on the spot. What's your takeout? I know there are many. What's your
Wow,
takeout? George is
I-
here, he's checking on you.
Wow. George, I think there's quite a bit. So I just didn't have my notebook, but I've tried
Yes.
to note down as much as I can in my head. And
Okay.
I think the bit of giving and having that abundance
Yeah.
mentality, that speaks a lot to what I want to start doing. And also in terms of the way he has been planning himself financially.
Okay.
I think budgeting for savings, budgeting for every part of your life, because
The
really
70, 10, 10,
10, exactly, because even I think mine, as we speak of corona, none of us saw it coming, and it did, and it left many people flat-footed. But if you have that formula in place for
Yeah.
budgeting and for investing,
Yeah.
I think many of us would have been on much safer grounds.
You're
So
right.
there's a lot that I've picked
There's
up
a
on,
lot, I know.
and I can't thank him enough. Thank you.
Wow, thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Well, from my end, I think, yes, I've been as well doing my regular savings, but sometimes in terms of percentages and looking at them and ensuring it's at the 10, you know, I think I need some extra discipline on that. So for me, it's actually really a discipline so that I can ensure, as you're saying, every month there's something that you put aside, that we have that particular discipline amongst the many other things. But I thought you would have touched on the prayer part, but anyway, we'll talk about it later on. That was interesting observation.
Yes.
Time is up, our people, and we appreciate all your feedback for being here on Inspiration Tuesdays. Let us know what this has done to you as well. Let George know as well what he has done to you as well through this particular conversation that we have had today. And we're looking forward to amazing times as well to get inspired, so that in this journey, sometimes, as he has said, you don't walk alone. He has mentors. You don't walk alone. Sometimes you might be saying, where do these mentors come from? Tune into Inspiration Tuesdays. You will be getting mentored along the way as well, so that at least you're not walking alone in this journey of investments. We look forward to you making decisions as well to even start saving, and not just saving, investing as well. You know, check on George every time he's talking about it, you know, every time he has open opportunities as well at Optivent for you to get as well a hand in this real estate sector. Thank you so much for tuning in. For now, it's bye-bye, but keep working and investing.
Investing has now gone digital with the Nairobi Securities Exchange application. To get the app, go to your Play Store or App Store, download and install the Nairobi Securities Exchange app. Here you will get market statistics, personalized notifications, financial news, and choose your broker online link or broker app to trade from the NSE app. Start your investment journey and keep getting regular updates on the app. The Nairobi Securities Exchange app. Investing goes digital.